Salaries and wages are on the table for an increase, according to Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris when he addressed his 2022 People's Labour Party convention. With rising fuel and food prices in the Federation coming as a result of global political and economic situations, Harris said the Team Unity Coalition government that he leads is actively considering increases for salaries and wages, along with other actions to reduce the cost of some food items and fuel prices.
We are going to bring some measures that will bring some relief to you. These measures will include measures to reduce gas prices at the pumps, and we will reduce certain taxes and certain items of groceries to make the cost of living more manageable for you. In other words, we are delivering again for you. We are going to extend the income support for those who continue to be unemployed, the $1,000 a month. I think we had in the budget said we will do it for 3 months. We will extend it for another 3 months to help you out because we care, and we will monitor the situation. And this one you would like. This one you like, and you can tell your friends tomorrow that I have asked the Financial Secretary to consider what it will cost to give you, our workers, an increase in wages and salaries.
The 26th March PLP convention was held on the theme Delivering for the People. Glenn Bart reporting for SK Newsline.
Over 160 students across the Twin Island Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis received the Embassy of the Republic of China Taiwan ROC Annual Monetary Scholarship. The ceremony was held under the auspices of His Excellency Michael Chu Hing Ling, Resident Ambassador of the Republic of China Taiwan, and the Honorable Janelle Powell, Minister of Education. Ambassador Ling congratulated the awardees and highlighted the pivotal role played by education in the development of human resources. As we all know, human resources lay the foundation for national development, and that education is the key to the enrichment of the resources. We are very glad to see that the project has been consistently contributing to the education and the future success of the students in St. Kitts and Nevis, articulated Ambassador Ling. Minister Powell lauded the recipients and charged them to remain ambitious and to practice tolerance and to never lose focus as they work towards achieving their academic goals. Do not sit idly by waiting for things to be handed to you, he urged. Make things happen for you. Be your biggest motivator. Draft your trajectory to success and follow through with required effort. You may not possess as much as others, but use what you have to the best of your ability, he said. Noting the current difficulties that are impacting the teaching-learning environment, Minister Powell urged recipients to exercise the virtue of tolerance and applauded them for using those challenges as a springboard for pushing through and overcoming obstacles. The Taiwanese Monetary Scholarship is a joint human resource development project between the Ministry of Education and the Republic of China, Taiwan. I am Jacinthia Teixeira for SKN Newsline.
Why cook on a Sunday? Come have lunch at Jamrock Restaurant in Frigate Bay. Jamrock offers an eclectic menu of some of the finest dishes, sumptuous appetizers, delicious entrees, soups, and one of the best drink menus any restaurant has to offer. Open for lunch on Sundays at 12 noon. And stick around or come back later for Sunday night karaoke. Jamrock is where to be on a Sunday. Check them out on the other days of the week. They are open every day. Jamrock Restaurant. Call 662-9973. Come rock with us at Jamrock.
Nestled between evergreen mountains and the Caribbean Sea on the island of St. Kitts is the Mill House Guest House and Convention Center. With breathtaking views, a rugged, beautiful shoreline, and immaculate manicured gardens make this the perfect location for your holiday, event, or wedding. With a large convention center, apartments with balconies providing stunning views, and a secluded cottage for larger family groups or honeymooning couples looking for some privacy. We have something for everyone. Book your stay at www.millhouseskn.com or visit our Facebook page, the Mill House Guest House and Convention Center, an oasis of tranquility.
Smart Electronics and Island Electronics. Get cell phones starting from $199, smartwatches, and earpods on special. Get a great phone case with purchases over $500. Come to Smart Electronics and Island Electronics for the best deals in electronics, gadgets, and appliances. Visit Smart Electronics at Port Zante or Island Electronics on 4th Street. Call 667-3350 for Island Electronics or 466-4271 for Smart Electronics. Both stores open at 8:30 a.m. Two stores, one great experience.
Having thanked God, his family, his constituents, the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party SKNLP, public servants, and the people of St. Kitts and Nevis as he celebrates 33 years as a parliamentarian, Dr. Denzel L. Douglas said the Twin Island Federation needs new ideas. He said Dr. Terence Drew, who succeeded him as national political leader, is compassionate and focused and can bring an end to the present political crisis which has cast a dark shadow over St. Kitts and Nevis. In brief remarks during the Thanksgiving service on Sunday at the K.G. Swanston Memorial Methodist Church in Deep Bay to mark his 33rd anniversary as an elected Minister of Parliament and 8th-term parliamentarian, noted that during the SKNLP terms in government, the party's policies and programs have transformed lives across the length and breadth of St. Kitts and Nevis. That is what Labour does. We transform lives for the better. So much so that everyone recognizes that the project's initiatives, financial reserves, 900 million in the Treasury and more than 500 million in the SIDF program, policies put in place by Labour are what are keeping our federation afloat today, said Dr. Douglas, who serves as leader of the opposition in the St. Kitts Nevis National Assembly. He thanked God for the vision and focus he bestowed upon St. Kitts and Nevis when in office. It was that vision and focus that have continued to project the nation even today. In the 7 years we have been out of office, however, so much has stalled, so much has been derailed, so much has died on the vine. Our country cannot depend on the vision and focus of past government forever. It is time for our country to benefit once more, to feel the impact once more, to move forward once more from the vision and focus of those who are actually in office. And that is why the country must urgently seek a quick but lasting solution to the current governance crisis, said Dr. Douglas. He said the Labour Party has to be part of the dialogue and part of the solution that will be found. Dr. Douglas said Labour, either by itself or with others, be part of the future government to end this crisis. He told the congregation that in Labour, there is no colliding, competing or confusing mottos, themes or ideologies. I am Justin Tishera for SKN Newsline.
Several women have benefited from a recently concluded technical assistance and training program involving several agencies from the government of the Republic of China and the government of St. Kitts and Nevis. The program addressed issues of economic entrepreneurship and financial empowerment of women in the post-COVID-19 pandemic period. The project coordinator expressed a sense of achievement in the recently concluded program.
It is with excitement and a sense of accomplishment that we come to the end of the third installation of the Women's Employment, Entrepreneurship and Financial Inclusion Training for female entrepreneurs in the beauty industry. A culmination of 3 weeks of intense interaction, research, practical demonstration of techniques, creation of written business plans, and preparation of pitch presentations. Whew. It has been exciting. It has been emotional. It has been challenging for sure. But yet, we are here because a team and individually, we endured. Because of that, let us celebrate the women who made it thus far.
ROC Taiwan Ambassador Michael Lin commended the participants and pledged his government's continuing support for the government and people of St. Kitts and Nevis.
It is a great honor for me to present the certificate and award to all the participants who have completed the beauty entrepreneurship training courses today. Congratulations for your remarkable accomplishment during the past 3 weeks. I believe you all gain more skills and knowledge in the operation of beauty business as St. Kitts and Nevis enter a new phases of economic bounce back. This ceremony marks another great step forward for the Women's Economic Empowerment Project, jointly implemented by the Federation and Taiwan, which aims to equip and empower women in the post-pandemic era. So far, 4 training courses have been held since last year, allowing hundreds of participants and their families to benefit from this project. I would like to encourage you all to set no limits for yourself in your startup business in the beauty sector. And I believe as you pursue entrepreneurial excellences, the Federation can also better capitalize on the opportunity brought about by the tourism industry and further strengthen social stability through women's economic empowerment.
The program was delivered through the Department of Gender Affairs. Glenn Bard reporting for SK Newsline.
If you're looking for a place to host that special event, conference, meeting, social event, party, whatever the occasion, your best option is the Millhouse Convention Center in Palmetto Point, St. Kitts. Located on the picturesque Garvey's Estate, the Millhouse Guesthouse Convention Center has enough space for outdoor events overlooking the Caribbean Sea. If you're looking indoors, the center is equipped with amenities needed to make your event a success. And by combining both spaces, you're sure to have a memorable event, no matter the occasion. Call the offices at Millhouse Guesthouse and Convention Center to book your next event on simply the most beautiful place in St. Kitts. Call 668-1392. Millhouse Convention Center at Garvey's Estate, Palmetto Point, St. Kitts. Making your event memorable. It's the new and improved SK Newsline Android mobile app. With the SK Newsline app, you can watch your news reports, the SK Newsline Newscast, sports, special features, and so much more. You can also send us a WhatsApp or call us directly. Go in the Google Play Store, search SK Newsline, and download the app today. The SK Newsline mobile app. News on the go.
An open interactive event can be described as
tremendous, effective,
on par with any conference around the world.
From exhibitions to trade shows, corporate events to product launches, from press events to political functions. We are the secret sauce behind events that make you go, wow. We've staged multiple world-class events in the Caribbean and develop the skill to deliver quality in every detail, whether the event is live or fully virtual, or maybe even somewhere in between. At Open Interactive, we got your events covered. Get your free quotation today at www.madebyopen.com.
The Ministry of Education says it does not support draconian measures for breaching school policies. This after dozens of students of Jonathan Grant High School in St. Catherine were sent home this morning for failing to complete assignments. Jamila Maitland has the details.
It's minutes after 8 a.m. Friday, and instead of going to school, these students of Jonathan Grant High in Spanish Town, St. Catherine are heading in the opposite direction. Some of them in tears, and so we made inquiries. One grade 7 student explained that she was sent home for not completing an assignment.
Sir, one assignment, we not doing them send home back for going on, you know. And one assignment, we not doing them send home back, you know, them too wicked. Mr. Uncle, for stop it, because one assignment, no, and one assignment, we doing them send home back.
So how far you live?
Sir, I live again. I live at Central Village.
And where are your parents? Your parents at home?
Yes, sir. No, sir. Me a call her.
We observed some students standing with notebooks, pencils, and rulers out in the town center. Others told us they were going home, some loitering. We ventured to the school, where we also observed more students outside the locked gate pleading to go in.
Me do some about 2 me over, or 2 me not do, and then send me one box up.
Yeah.
Me go enjoy myself.
Can watch you know, one assignment to do and them come and send me out. What that for?
When contacted, the school's principal, Dr. O'Neill Ankle, declined to comment. However, TVJ News understand that the students were given 4 weeks to complete several assignments, and if they fail to do so, they would be sent home. Parents are blasting the school for the decision.
We send our kids to school in the protection of this principal here, Mr. Uncle. If they don't do project, why you send out all the children outside on the road right now? Who's going to respond for them? Suppose something happen to somebody kid, somebody children right now. This is a slackness. This is a big old slack. Look on the picking up on the road. What ministry do about this man here?
Meanwhile, Education Minister Favour Williams says this is not the policy of the government.
Dealing with children, we have to recognize that our interaction with them or the discipline that we use, we need to use it in a way that teaches rather than turn students off from school.
There was also a suggestion that the parents should have been notified.
Send something to us. I call a meeting and call we and make come and hear what him is saying and him hear what we saying. But this is a big disrespect, though. This is a big disrespect. We don't support this.
If you punish them in the school, you can't let them put them out on the road like this. This don't make no sense.
Jonathan Grant High School is on a shift system. This is the students' first week of face-to-face classes. Jamila Maitland, TVJ News.
With preparations for Vax Mass taking place, artists have a renewed sense of vigor in producing music that will set the tone for St. Lucia's Carnival celebrations. However, membership officer at the Eastern Caribbean Collective Organization, Keen Quarter, says with all the excitement, artists ought to remember that registration of these musical works is a key step in ensuring that musicians receive their due returns.
It's always a good thing for music creators, songwriters, producers to register their music. Especially if you're a member of ECHO, then you definitely should. You don't have to necessarily be a member of a particular society, as long as you are a member of any society and you continue to do your due diligence, produce original works and register those works, then you are protected to an extent where your music, where you never know how far your music could stretch. So having that administration behind you to collect your royalties on your behalf, no matter where it offers in the world, is always a plus, because at the end of the day, let's face it, right? we create music so we could monetize it. And part of that monetization is actually doing the due diligence, doing the necessary, registering, having the correct metadata, and a whole bunch of other stuff that comes with the territory.
According to Carter, with the onset of COVID-19 came a much more simple and innovative way for musicians to access ECHO's services.
The online platform is still developing, and we're still bettering it. We have a new system that it will come into effect soon. But for right now, members of ECHO could register their music by going onto the website echorights.com, ECCORIGHTS.com, and there are digital forms that they can complete and email to us, and then we have everything set up where we just enter it into the system and we make the registration possible without the members actually having to come to the office. In addition to providing us with the form, members provide us with the MP3 as well, and we upload those into systems where they are tracked on systems or on stations that are licensed.
Carter reveals that it is important for radio stations and events to have licenses from ECHO to be able to operate, largely because this is how music practitioners get paid.
So it's also important that the radio stations, the TV stations are licensed as well, because that's the only way the members get paid. Royalties come from music users, so radio stations, TV stations, events, festivals, clubs, bars, and so on. We collect the license fees from those, and we pay them off to the members as royalties. So it's also important with all the events happening for the promoters of those events to have the appropriate licenses, which also include a copyright license from ECHO.
With Vaxmas celebrations in the making, musicians are hard at work setting the atmosphere for what is sure to be a celebration with a difference. For the DBS News World, I am Jason Darius.
In a Shanghai supermarket, two men get into a fight while shopping for last-minute supplies. Tensions are high since the announcement of a phased COVID-19 lockdown, the first ever imposed in the Chinese commercial center. From Monday, those living in the eastern and southern parts of the city are being forced to stay home. Public transport has been suspended and mass testing has begun. The lockdown will be lifted on Friday, when the same restrictions will be applied to the other half of the city. Earlier this month, authorities reassured the public there would be no mass shutdown in Shanghai, but infections of the highly contagious Omicron variant continued to rise.
We have detected many infections after several rounds of screening, so the situation we're facing is severe and complicated.
The city has documented more than 10,000 cases in recent weeks. Most of those infected have mild symptoms or none at all. But officials are determined to maintain what they call a dynamic zero-COVID strategy.
Shanghai is China's main financial center, and heavy restrictions are likely to impact the country's economic growth. The city is home to 25 million people and is also where the headquarters of many Chinese companies are located.
Chinese stocks have fallen at the news. The city's shipping port remains open, but some factories, including Tesla, the electric car manufacturer, have temporarily suspended operations.
The biggest impact is on the consumer confidence. The income growth has already collapsed since the start of 2022. And now the unemployment in the city services sector and the retail sector is quite widespread. The market confidence is quite low.
Authorities say food delivery supplies are adequate and medical facilities will remain open for those needing urgent care. But some have complained about the poor management of lockdown restrictions. On Wednesday, a Shanghai nurse died from an asthma attack after the emergency department of her hospital was closed for disinfection. Katrina Yu, Al Jazeera, Beijing.
The West Indies men needed just 1 hour and 28 minutes on day 4 to wrap up a classy 10-wicket third test victory and 1-0 series win against England.
Openers Craig Brathwaite and John Campbell needed just 4.5 overs to consolidate an absolutely dominant regional side performance at the National Cricket Stadium in St. George's, Grenada. The pair needed 28 runs after Kyle Mayer's destructive 9 maidens 17-over spell saw him take 5 for 18 to all but ensure victory on day 3. Joshua De Silva's maiden century earned him the man of the match honours and was the perfect platform for the men in maroon, who led by 93 at the end of the first innings. When Myers struck with the shell-shocked Brits to scuttle them out for just 120 in their second time at the wicket, it meant that the fourth day would just be little more than a formality. The first 2 test stalemates had set up a perfect climax for the fans of the game's longest form. And Brathwaite sealed a series win with an unbeaten 20 from 21 balls. He was named Player of the Series for his patience at the top of the order. The 3 Lions have won just 1 of their last 17 tests, and it's the first time since 1877 that England have gone 5 successive multi-match series without winning one. With the win, the Windies men claim back-to-back series wins against England and the inaugural Richard Botham Trophy at the end of the series that further adds to the lore of one of cricket's most storied rivalries. Wayne Cunningham, TTT Sport.
Welcome to the SKN Newsline Weather Report. I am Janil Boone. Here is a look at the 4-day forecast for St. Kitts and Nevis. For a more detailed weather report, visit our website at www.sknnewsline.com.